talk shit, it's gonna come back. There's something called cause and effect. We don't just sit around and say, yeah, we grew up watching this movie called Snow White in all these other countries, and all of a sudden you show up and we have to—
People would stop sending me death threats.
Right. Every time that a celebrity gets like one DM that says KYS, they're like, I'm getting death threats! Someone say—
I never want it to come off as me being ungrateful for the opportunities I have. I can also be having the greatest time and simultaneously wishing people would stop sending me death threats.
You know how they say nothing stays hidden forever? Well, that's about right again. Popular lead actress for the remake of the upcoming Snow White movie is starting to be the forefront of everyone's attention, and not for the right reasons after her interview from last year became public.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again.
Hey, I'm Kat. Welcome back to Rumor Has It. Let's get to knowing all the details, shall we? If you're one of the many fans waiting for the Snow White remake, then you'd probably be growing concerned, particularly because of what the lead actress, Rachel Zegler, has been saying, which has honestly caused quite the stir online. In December 2022, while in an interview with Gal Gadot on Entertainment Weekly, Zegler stated that she had previously watched the original Snow White animation film only once before going back to it after landing the role. The actress further stated that she didn't really enjoy it. According to the video, which resurfaced, she said, I was scared of the original version. I think I watched it once and never picked it up again. I'm being so serious. She continued saying, I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film. It doesn't end there either. There's more. In a separate interview from last year, also in September, Zegler, while speaking with Variety, was asked what she meant when she said she was bringing a modern style and edge to her Snow White character. The 22-year-old actress said, I just mean that it's no longer 1937, before being interrupted by Gadot, who said Snow White was not going to be saved by the prince. Zegler continued, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. At this stage, we've just gotta hand it to Zegler. She never stays away from the camera. It's no wonder many fans think she deserves every outrage she's getting right now. In a different interview with Extra TV, the West Side Story actress made a statement where she described the prince in Snow White as a stalker. You know, the one who only interacted with the princess once before the finale. We bet you didn't see that coming, did ya? She further emphasized that the new film wasn't central to a love story, joking that the Prince Charming scene played by her co-star, Andrew Burnap, might be removed entirely from the room. As quoted in a video now online, Zegler said, the original cartoon came out in 1937 and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird, weird. So we didn't do that this time. We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story just because we cast a guy in the movie. And well, those are the comments that have made fans go wild on social media. Several fans have been divided about the issue, but I want to hear from you guys. What's your stance? Hundreds of TikTok users have slammed Zegler for her statements regarding the Snow White movie. A video with over 9 million views posted by TikTok user Cozy with Angie heavily criticized the notion that it's wrong for women to be portrayed chasing love as a major motivation. In the video, the TikToker said, criticizing Disney princesses is not feminist. Not every woman is a leader. Not every woman wants to be a leader. Not every woman wants or craves power, and that's okay.
Let's get one thing straight. Adriana Caselotti walked so that you could run Miss Ma'am. This role would not exist for you if that role had not existed for her in 1937.
It is not anti-feminist to want to fall in love, to want to get married, to want to stay home, to be soft, to want to be a homemaker. None of these things make you less valuable as a person or a woman. Thinking that a woman is any less valuable because she falls in love or because she accepts help from somebody instead of girl-bossing her way through her problems is not feminist. Another TikToker, NuttyButter96, released a video slamming Zegler for taking the role in the first place. She said, if you hate the original this much, why would would you want to make the remake? Please make it make sense. I don't think I've ever seen such a condescending, smug Disney princess ever in my life. She made it sound like women only matter if they're hateful of love, hateful of any kind of romance, and we only exist to thrive and be a leader. However, it seems users of X, formerly Twitter, were less strict on the 22-year-old actress as they showed more support for her than backlash. A user named Lottie tweeted the Rachel Zegler hate is genuinely some of the stupidest shit I've ever seen on this app. She made one comment about how Snow White has ambitions of her own that has nothing to do with romance, and suddenly everyone decided that women being damsels in distress is feminist actually. Another user wrote, the way conservatives have completely demonized Rachel Zegler and twist everything she says so they can justify their online abuse and harassment towards her is genuinely disgusting. Y'all don't even care about Snow White, you just hate young, independent, and successful women. The username Keith further stated this entire hate campaign towards her was started because she said she was scared of Snow White when she was little, and because Snow White isn't going to get saved by the prince. You took those innocent stories from when she was little in that interview with Gal Gadot, who was sitting right next to her and agreeing, and you ran with it so you could bully a 22-year-old woman. She has no control over the change of the story, and she has shown so much appreciation and love for Snow White ever since she got the role. While the support for Zegler was pouring in, some theories made by fans online point to something else as they feel Disney has run out of tricks, or should we say ideas. It's exactly how fans are now interpreting the recent pattern of Disney making live adaptations of their old-time classics. Aladdin, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King, The Little Mermaid, and now Snow White, which has been delayed until 2024. Similar to Zegler, co-Disney star Halle Bailey, who starred in The Little Mermaid, also came under fire, and Zegler, who fans expected to be less interested in the issue, showed support for Halle. When a popular account, Film Update, shared a post asking other users to name a role they think was perfectly cast, a user by the name of Sanjay posted a picture of Halle in her Little Mermaid costume, which Rachel later retweeted to show her support. Well, the truth is, Zegler might be about to lose it all as consequences for her comments. Snow White isn't the first film that the actress has spoken lightly of. While speaking to Hollywood Reporter at the event for Shazam! Fury of the Gods premiere, the actress, in a not-so-likable manner, stated how she joined the DC universe. When asked why she joined, she said, needed a job, before adding, I'm being so serious. She added, the reality is, we're in the middle of a pandemic and I was not working, and I couldn't get a job for the life of me, because West Side Story hadn't come out yet. It was really hard to book work for me. Shazam ended up with a low box office and a 49% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. However, the actress later tried to make amends on social media, saying, some people out there are just being senselessly mean, and it's unnecessary. And I know, if you can't handle the heat and all that nonsense, and you're right, but our film is actually very good, it's just cool to hate on fun nowadays. That's okay, we're good. Fans feel this might be the case again with the Snow White movie. While the actress is patiently waiting for the release of her upcoming movies, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and Snow White, her recently resurfaced comments might not do her much good and might negatively impact the performance of these movies at the box office. Speaking to Daily Mail, PR expert Nick Eade confirmed the possibility of her comments affecting her upcoming movies, while noting that Zegler may not be the best possible person to promote the film, despite the fact that she plays the role of the main character, because she's currently spoiling the narrative. Well, who knows what will become of the film. Like you fans, we just have to wait and see.